Welcome to another one of my How I Made a Mask videos. Today I'm going to be showing how I made my part 3 to the surgeon character. This is going to be a somewhat of a full head mask. We'll be starting off with red latex, so a red acrylic paint mixed with a high quality latex rubber. I'll apply it using a sponge just to give it more of a textured effect and to blend it into the mask itself. Next, you can see here I'm applying white acrylic mixed with latex. This is to highlight certain features, to give accents to features in the mask. You can see the way it's impacted it. It's given more lift to certain areas, more texture, and you can see why it's done. Okay, here I'm going to be applying something of a dry brush of white acrylic. I'm just going over where I've already accented the features just to give more emphasis. You'll notice throughout my mask I have quite a thing when it comes down to trying to overemphasize on features. Here I'm trying to darken certain areas of the mask. So any of the slits, cuts, anything like that, just trying to give it more of a ghoulish effect. So whereas I've gone lighter on the higher features, on the deeper features, I want to go darker. So in other words, I'm giving something of a contrast throughout the mask, I guess. When you're applying acrylic with latex, it never paints the colour straight out as the colour it's going to end up. This is a deep red that I applied, so it's basically red acrylic mixed with blue. And one of my mask videos wouldn't be complete without a black wash. I don't really think I've done really any of these videos without doing a black wash on a mask. It's just a great way of filling in any of the sort of crevices or any other random features, and to be honest, I'm just freaking lazy, and it just saves a hell of a lot of time doing a black wash. And not just that, but it gives a really deep dark effect to it, and I like my mask to look really dark and creepy, and this is one that needs it, especially when it comes to red. Moving on to the back of the mask, I wanted to give it sort of like a worn leather effect. So I decided to go with a bit of a rustic brown. I think it's a brown umber or something like that. I'm not too sure of the names of colours. I've been making masks just under 2 years, and with that it's the first time I started actually using paints. I used to always be a drawer. I never used to be a painter. So what you're seeing here is some I'd like to call it techniques, but I don't really know if it's techniques because I improvise everything as I go along whenever I make anything. It's very rare that I prepare things ahead. I literally just have a vision and then I'll just make it up as I go along. So I've kind of gone over the brown, and I made the mistake of not filling in the damages in the mask, which I wanted to give more of like a bone effect. It didn't work out too well because I decided to do it after the brown. So I couldn't emphasize on it enough to give it enough. I don't know, it just didn't, I didn't time it well. As I said, it's all improvised. So here we're going to go over on the straps. The straps I've casted onto the mask, they're already sculpted on. I thought it'd be interesting to see how it'd look if I did that. So with this I wanted to give it a black leather effect. So with that, it's black acrylic with latex, but I've increased the volume of latex in ratio to acrylic, so it'd give it a slightly more glossy effect. So it makes the leather look a little bit more fresh than the brown. And obviously once more, what am I going to do other than a black wash? This is something that's going to really help to give it a really sort of old, drawn out feel, especially when it comes to leather. The bone that I wanted to have on the underneath as well, it'll grey it up just a tiny bit. It doesn't show too well in a video, but when you see the actual mask itself, it has worked. So here I'm going to go over some of the cracks in the leather. So I wanted to give these aged lines. I don't really know what they were, but I just thought it looked cool. So I just went over with black acrylic with a touch of water. I would brush it in, then I would just kind of blend it in using my hands, just to kind of give it, I don't know, more of a cool effect. And to seal in the paint, Plasti Dip, kind of clear.